when you say a good actor, do you mean that they should be able to do the range that is the...
Yeah, for me, versatility is very important because I do believe that if an actor is able to be versatile, that shows the different facets of different people. Because at the end of the day, as actors, we are portraying different people in cinema. You know, every story is about characters. So we are characters in the film. And the more diverse you can make those characters, it's more interesting also for the audience as well as for me. Like, I would be bored if I had to play something like who I am in all my films. But the energy I get is through the characters that I'm playing. Like, they inspire me. Like Shivani Shivaji Roy's character inspires me, inspires Rani Mukherjee the person. So for me to play Shivani is already very inspiring, and I'm trying to be who I never got a chance to be in my personal life. Like, I can't be a cop, right? But it gives me immense pleasure to play her. And to be able to play Shivani in a way that is very real, taking instances from real life police officers, that is my kick as an actor. To be able to perform different characters and give them different images. You know, that is something that I really get inspired from personally.
Do you remember your first day of shooting? Did it go well?
First day of shooting? I do actually remember it very clearly. So it was the Mahurat shot for my film Raje Ki Aayegi Barat. And so it was actually, we were on a platform, not like this, it was a much lower platform, and it was a Mahurat being performed. Because in those days, there used to be a lot of Mahurats, you know, and on the Mahurat day, the producers used to, you know, invite other people from the industry, and it would be like, because now you have social media where films are announced. Before that, there was nothing like that. So to announce a film that started, the Mahurat days were really important, because that's the day when the industry knew that a film has started. And I do remember, I was wearing this wedding outfit, this pink wedding outfit with full dupatta, and I was, I think I was 16. It was supposed to be this long dialogue which I had really mugged up, you know, and I took my skills of being a good history student and my mugging up skills, and I actually mugged up the dialogue which was about a page, and it was my Mahurat, and I was really nervous, and I was like, oh my god, and I never ever wanted to be an actor. It was just something that I was doing out of being a good daughter, because my mom said, you know, you have to just, you know, give it a try and do this. And I was like, you know, I'm doing this, I have to do this to the best of my capability. You know, that was me as a student, you know, that I have to do this well. And there were a lot of people in the audience, you know, seniors, and so many people from family, friends, and everybody was watching. And it was the first time that I was getting exposed to an audience that I didn't know of completely. And I was supposed to say these lines, and I've never done like stage plays in school. So I don't, I used to do classical dancing, so I'm used to a stage performance, but not like delivering lines. And I also had a little stammering problem. So I was like, oh my god, I hope I don't start stammering. You know, so I had all these fears in my heart, and I was wondering what's going to happen. And I realized that the minute the director said, lights, camera, action, and after action, the way I started delivering my lines, it just came very naturally to me. And it got over, and everybody started clapping, and I was like, really? Did I just say my lines? And I was actually in shock, you know, that I actually did it. And then something in my heart, like my instinct or like my inner voice, told me that you can do this. You know, it's not such a big deal that you made. I think, you know, if you do something with your heart, and if you actually believe in what you're doing, I think, and if you remove that fear, you know, the stage fright, I think it comes naturally. So on that day, I think I in a way decided that, yeah, maybe I'm made to do this. Like, I'm born to do this.
Lovely. Now, I'm going to ask you about one internal performance of yours and one external performance. The external one is, of course, Dil Bole Hadipa, because that's such a, you have to do a lot of things externally. I want you to kind of just take us through how that happened. And internally, I would love to know how you approached the role in one of your most beautiful films, Paheli, because you're acting what you're doing, having as a psychological dilemma of whether this man is your husband or not, because he looks the same, but he does not, and you're not verbalizing it because Amol Palekar's films are always very, they're not, they don't put out everything, they don't spoon feed. So I would like to know how you approach that performance and this performance.
I think firstly, to feel love for somebody like Shah Rukh comes very easily to me. When he's on set, there is a certain comfort that I feel because I started my career with him. So there's a lot of love that, of course, I have for him and he has for me. So it's always very comfortable on set. Also, I think the character of Lachi was very beautiful. It was a folklore, and just the fact that it was again a character which defied what people in that background era feel. Again, it was about doing what she wanted to do. It was her will, her want, her choice, and I think she brought a lot of strength, inner strength, through her character, because it's not easy for women to get a choice to choose, because they are married off into a family and they are expected to start a life and to make everybody happy in their sasural, so to speak. So I think Lachi brought a lot of depth, a lot of strength, and a lot of love. The fact that she recognizes the love over the fact that he could be anybody. He was a ghost in the film, but he could have been anybody. But the fact that she allowed herself to go ahead with that love story, I think that makes Lachi very, very special in the place that she comes from. And for me, as I told you, I'm always inspired by strong women characters. So for me, that maybe comes very naturally to me. Whenever I am supposed to show a woman of strength, that comes very naturally to me.